So the thing about film photography that is different and that is what's so attractive is that it forces you to slow down and be intentional about what you're doing. Hey, you going? My name's Liam. I am a film photographer. I shoot here in Perth. I've been doing it for just over 12-ish months now. I'm really passionate about just like doing things differently and doing things in a creative way. So there's a lot of kind of different reasons, I think, with why I got into film and then where the obsession kind of began. Each shot has to count. Each shot has to mean something, or else you're wasting frames. If you watch a film photographer when they're out shooting, you see them go. Line it up, and then it's a real slow process that forces you to breathe. And then when they finish their roll, you then go take it to get developed, and then it takes a few days, and then you get to see your shots. And it's just this amazing feeling of just like seeing all these images, this thing that you've imagined in your mind just turning into something physical, something that's real.
My name is Paul, and I run Stop Down Film Co, and it's a film lab. I just love the fact that it's so satisfying for me to see actually, when I pull the film out of the reels and I see evenly good exposed shots, like I feel good just seeing them. Even though it's not mine, I just feel good for the customer. Like I look at them and it's like, yeah, those are really nice shots.
The reason why film feels more alive than digital is because art should reflect the people that are making it. And humans, I think we can all agree, are imperfect. And the thing that film does is it's imperfect. Like you look at the shots and it's got grain, it's got little bits of dust that were on the scans, or maybe it wasn't quite correctly exposed, and it is just a chemical reaction. That's all film is. It's real, it's tangible, and it has flaws. It reflects the person that is looking through the lens. I was doing an internship last year with a guy named James Barker, and he taught me basically all that I know about like filmmaking. And he started a business called Thick Boy Film.
My name's James. I'm like the founder and co-owner at Thick Boy Film. I run it with my amazing wife, Kayla. Kind of started out of like this massive like void of like creativity during COVID. It was like one day that it was kind of like this collision of ideas, like the vending machine, where like about 5 or 6 years ago when I was doing my master's for cinematography, I was doing a lot of camera assisting work, and I had this idea of like a vending machine to sell something that wasn't traditionally meant in a vending machine. So it kind of had this eureka moment. Well, why don't we just put film in a vending machine? So I did a bit of research, and it's not like, the idea isn't unique to us. It's obviously the first in WA, but like Japan had been doing it a bit, Korea had been doing it a bit. We're like, if someone else is doing it, it's totally possible. So we went down that road. Yeah. By having an unattended retailer, it meant that like come lockdowns, come weird scenarios where things wouldn't be open, people could still access film. Perth being Perth at the time, especially at the time. 1, finding film was hard. 2, finding a nice variety of film kind of became the thing of what we were doing.
I remember when it first came out, and it became this, all the film photographers in the area, it was like this pilgrimage to the Thick Boy Film vending machine. And so like a mate of mine, Tom, we went out into the city and we brought a roll, and then we just like shot all this film on that day, and then just like tagging Thick Boy Film on Instagram and being like, yeah, we've made the pilgrimage to the famous vending machine, you know? Like it's a really unique thing, a vending machine.
to talk about now, like kind of like, I guess it's not post-COVID, but it's like, what, like a year and a half. You've seen the likes of us pop up with the Vending Machine, as well as some other labs. So there was a few labs that were already developed, like Silver Halide was a good example of that there. They were working out of like their home. It was kind of like a little home lab, which started growing faster and faster because of that demand, which then they had to get their own space. And then you had like the likes of like Stop Down, Lab West and Focus Pocus all pop up within this kind of like last like 12 to 18 months, which is amazing because it just makes it it's more accessible for people. But I think the community's thriving, it's great. Like it's definitely still on the up and it's still growing, and it's still hard to get film at the moment. We moved to just Instagram for a little bit, which almost destroyed us because the demand was still getting high.
You just meet people, and I'll find that if I'm just like on my lunch break at work and I'm walking around, and if I see someone with a mechanical camera of some kind, I'll just like be like, oh, film, hey, how you going, man? And then we'll just start chatting. And it's just an instant friend, and then we'll trade Instagrams. So the thing that I want people to take home about film photography is just to slow down and appreciate, right? Like, it's kind of cliche, I understand that, but there's something so valuable about just taking life slow. Your creative expression, it should also give you energy. It should also empower you in that way. Photography, film photography, it does that.